Good morning, my name is Erin and this is a intuitive card reading to help someone. This person would be lost, confused, and if in a romantic partnership, this partnership would be in separation. So just a few defining factors, but heavy on whomever this reading is for is feeling a lot of pain and a lot of distance. So just before I start, I just want to give a disclaimer. I read intuitively from my own head, so what I see in a card you may not see in a card. That's fine. I read the way I read. Also, you are more than welcome to take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and just go on with your life. I don't expect people to use this as a heavy mode of changing decisions or anything of that nature. You will know what is right for you. I am here to confirm. Okay, so I'm going to start with tarot cards. These are fairy tarot cards, and then I've got some, I think these are oracle, these are crystal cards. We've got some soul cards, and then channeled songs to finish off. These are to help us find the horoscope or the star signs around your energies. So we're just going to start there. I know I said I was starting with tarot, but I feel called to start with these. So let's see what messages Spirit has for you in relation to what you should do with your life and how you should move forward during this separation period. Oh. Okay. Right. We'll just start blunt and we'll go on as we mean to. Whomever this is does not feel the same, and I will just be objective. I know that may put some people who are watching off. Whoever that is doesn't feel the same, and you should be lucky that that person doesn't feel the same. Whoever this is, their love interest, the person I'm reading for has got their blinders on, they've got their rose tinted glasses on, and I feel like I want to scream because why isn't it working? It's not going to work, especially if you're a spiritually inclined person. Why would they let you be with someone like that? Is how I feel. And again, transparently, for the people who don't think this is their person, I still feel as though this is your person underneath and we just have rose tinted glasses on. That's not a negative thing. That doesn't mean that this person is bad. It just means that this person categorically, energetically is not for you. And that's okay. You know, shit happens. Sorry, excuse my language. Stuff happens. Okay, but so for the person that I'm reading for that is going through this, I think the solemn feeling comes from not having other opportunities with love interest. This can be male or female. I know he's male, but this person here, I see there's opportunities and there's interest, but you're sort of putting them off for this. So just be mindful of that, okay? Don't put off something that could, and I know it's hard because we often will just go for the things that we most like, and that is the way that we should operate. But ultimately, I think you're missing out on nice opportunity with different love interests because you're focusing too much on this one. And this one, I don't know whether they don't have a job. I don't know whether they don't have much prospects. If they do have a job, they can't be bothered to do it. And I think that's something that you need to think about. Moving on from that, this person could have a distant relationship with their mother. If you are a female figure, so the person that I'm reading for, if you're a female figure, that would have caused you some combative conversations with this person then. Although this may have already happened, maybe that's the reason that you aren't speaking at the moment. I just see this person, whether it be a man or a woman, carrying quite misogynistic energy, and this person here, which is coming up for me as you, that's not something you need in your path. And if you're a spiritual person, that's not something that's going to help you to develop anything. That I see would stunt you. So I think the first message that I want to give you is, whoever you're sort of laying awake at night thinking of, whoever you're worried about in terms of romantic interest, we need to cut the cord so we can find someone else. And it's as plain as that. not often am I that objective, but I feel very strongly that we just need to cut this fucking loose. I feel as though we don't even really need to go into this much more, to be quite frank with you. So we'll just move on to what we can do for you, okay? Okay, so we need to pull away and we need to move into something different. Something different is going to materialize into whatever it is for you. I feel you stuck here in limbo with the romantic interest that is not present, but that we're aware of. I see you possibly stuck pondering over other love interests if we get too deep into that side of things. So what we need to do to find a balance between the both is walk away from these ideas that we need a love interest to feel whole and capable. This seems like a structure that would have been traditionally built into you. It doesn't seem like an idea, maybe reinforced by your use of social media, but ultimately you would have seen happy families, togetherness. They wouldn't have to be happy actually, just together families. You may have saw a lot of together families or hoped and wished for a lot of together families, which causes you this difficulty here where we cling on and we think we can change and we think we can move and be different. It's not this time, and that's fine. You're lucky it's not this time. I must keep reiterating that with this person. And again, this doesn't mean this person's a bad person. They're not a good person for you. It's as simple as that. You can heed my warning or you can crack on. And even if you do crack on, everything will be fine in the end. Just be careful of making things harder for yourself, okay? We've all done it. Let's see if we got anything else. Okay, right, she's got a globe, so let's think about travel, movement. I don't know if you want to move your body more exercise, but it doesn't seem like your conventional gym, running, while brilliant, and props to those who can commit to things like that. You may be a person that doesn't like those type of structures. So I see you finding some sort of good, nourishing physical exercise that's going to help you. That's the first thing. And then with the globe, I think we need to branch out. I think we need to do something new. That would interlink into this new physical hobby I want you to try. But I think we need to look at moving forward and sort of taking trips, holidays. They don't have to be party holidays. I see you going, I see you experiencing, and there's something about food. If anyone here, and this energy, this message, excuse me, is specifically for, I would say, a young woman, someone who has a problem with food, someone who has a trouble or relationship with eating and problems with their body will find healing on their travels with food. I see at the end of a cycle by healing through traveling and experiencing different culture. Okay, let's see what else we can do to move forward. Oh, okay. I think the saying is, but I am notorious for wrongfully repeating sayings. I think the saying is dancing to the tune of your own music. That's what I feel with you. I feel we need to first find what we want to do. Once we've found what we want to do, we can then build upon what we want to do and make it look like us. So whatever it is you want to embark on doesn't have to resonate with you right now. You will look like it in time once you begin. I feel very strongly about that for someone. You will look like it, whatever that means to you. So whether that be aesthetically, you will look the part once you started to really get into depth of the work, is what I feel. So whatever that is, be it a hobby, a job, a new experience, a new personality, whatever it is you want to do for yourself, it's not going to materialize straight away until you start aligning yourself with the energy of that thing. Okay, so if you want to be attractive, then you need to be confident in yourself. That's something that we energetically have to link together. Whatever it is you want to embark on, I just think you need to match your energy up to it as well, because there's this ideal of, yeah, but I don't look like that, and my life isn't like that at the moment, but that's the whole point. We need to envision what it's going to be like and how it's going to fit for you. Okay, but that's not your decision to make. I feel very clearly about that. It's your decision to make what you want to do. It's not your decision to make how that's going to materialize, and you just need to stick with it. But whomever I'm reading for is finding a deepened power in spiritual means and their ability to read. I think this person would have started off with family members, close friends, and it may have not started off, this isn't for everyone, but it may not have started off in a more positive regard. Some of us have our abilities and our sight from good experiences. Some of us have it from poor experiences in which we needed to pick up on other people's behaviour, and then that focus morphs, I suppose, into a worry, into a over-analysing. So there's two different routes that could have came from for the people that I'm reading for. Regardless, there's a shared goal here, and the shared goal is you need to share your message, no matter how embarrassed you feel, no matter how wrong you feel. If you genuinely feel it and there's no, to your knowledge, bias or ties to it, please just express the best that you can to people what it is that you genuinely feel. And for the people that's for will know, I almost feel a feeling in my stomach, you'll know when to share these vital pieces of information, so I encourage you to do so. I'm going to pull maybe 2 more from this deck and then we'll move forward to soul cards, I think, because we need to go deep for whomever I'm reading for. Okay, we need to be careful when we're distancing ourselves. I feel, yeah, we need to be careful when we're distancing ourselves, because often we may not be making things better, we may be making things worse, which is a tale as old as time. But I feel as though I have an okay network of people around me that could provide viable support, but because of different traits within them, I sort of shy away from that, which is natural, which is understandable, but these people can still help you regardless of if they annoy you in different areas. This may be a case of you needing to sort of sit down and maybe take some advice, or maybe listen to someone close-knit to you. This either to me looks like a group of friends or like a family around you, and you don't want to take the message from them, but you need to. And I feel the need to explain to you that if you don't take warnings verbally, you're going to have to take them through experience, and obviously just be mindful of the implications of that, okay? You'd rather just not chance it sometimes, okay? And then the Ace of Pentacles, this behavior, this stubbornness, this inability to listen to other people is blocking financial means, which is disappointing. There's streams of income if you could just stop and breathe. I feel very scattered. I want to sort all of this out at once, but they're in different segments is how I feel. And you will, bit by bit, you will manage to resolve what's going on subconsciously for you. But I think we really need to think about how we present daily energetically and how that energy matches up to what we're trying to make come into fruition in our reality. That's very important for you at the moment. Okay, so we're going to move on to soul cards now, so we can go a little bit deeper into you. We can see what type of things you need to do on like a grounding level, or more of a intruistic, that is probably the wrong word. What I mean is on a level where you need to go deeper. Okay, so we're gonna use this deck. This is my soul deck. I think it's called Starseed Soul Deck. We're gonna use this to see your internal world, and then we're going to use my crystal cards and my horoscope cards to find out the energy or personality traits of the person that you could manifest into your life further. So I know I discussed how this original person that we had seek the reading out for is probably not the best person to focus our energy on. So I just want to give you something to move forward with and understand that these are the types of traits that we can find in a person if we do the work. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But let's just start with your energy, and let's just start with what you can do or what you're doing well. I feel that's where I need to start with this. What are you doing well already? These blinking cards, right? I felt the need to take those two that were poking out, but they need to come, they'll come. Please excuse rather my poor, we're gonna take them all then. Okay. Right. Let me I won't take those ones, but let me just take all the ones that are. Okay. All right. Okay. You are a person that can be quite secretive, not intentionally, but this is a mode of protection. I feel protected when I hide what I feel. This isn't going to get you very far in business. I don't know why that matters, and that doesn't logically stand in real life. Realistically, you'd have to be, or think as though you'd have to put on a persona for business, whatever business you're going into, your authenticity and being able to be transparent is going to take you far. So I don't know what you're studying or what you're working towards, or what you're thinking about working towards, but there's something about please connect to self before we embark on that, so you can operate the best that you possibly could while doing that. Okay? All right, okay. So for those of you that aren't spiritual already, you will start to become spiritual. And I can see odd experiences, like seeing, not scary stuff, but seeing stuff that you, oh, hold on, what's that? You know, out the corner of your eye. Not scary, not scary. I must stress, not scary. More just weird. I think it'll pique your interest. I think you'll see things and you'll hear things and you'll notice things that you weren't balanced enough to experience before, but you are now. You've got, I feel like you're working towards a balance where you can start getting these messages delivered to you. And I also think when you do start growing on your spiritual powers or developing a new sector of your spiritual powers, this will be done with devotion, as said. Okay, she seems very enriched in whatever she's experiencing. I see you being very enriched in your ability or capabilities to perform what it is you're going to learn spiritually. I don't know if that's Teely, Freedom, Reiki, energy healing. I don't know what it is, but there's something about you that connects two dots. You can connect two dots inside another person, which is fantastic. Regardless of whether you can do that for yourself, we can work on that. Regardless of whether you can do it for yourself, I see the ability to do it for other people. This has been operated throughout your life, and you've not wrongfully used it, but you've exerted your energy where it didn't need to be, trying to put two things together in a person before. So just be mindful. It's a gift and a curse, honey. Okay, jump in. This is to do with confidence. So I have apprehension throughout this entire reading. Realistically, I feel some apprehension, as though like, oh, I'm not sure where to go. I don't know if I want to move into this. This is scaring me, type of thing. But ultimately, do what you got to do. That's all I can really say with that. You should never obviously force yourself to do something. If you feel in a comfortable position where you could embark on developing your spiritual powers, your spiritual abilities, then that's fantastic. In the event you don't feel confident to do that at the moment, there's not really much to say. Just hopefully that will come a time that you are confident enough, because this is fundamental to your ability to pivot in life. Again, take that as you will. Okay. Right. If we don't choose to be brave and go on this journey, we may be chosen to be brave and go on this journey. I don't see this really going any other way, even if there was resistance from you. I just see this behavior, this talent being a fundamental part of your life and of your soul, and something that you've been able to do in grounded reality. Nothing to do with spirituality. I just feel like whatever support you're able to provide in this spiritual ability that I'm discussing with you, you already provide in some regard to people on earth in reality. I hope that makes sense. That will make sense for the people that it's meant for. All right then. Okay, so we need to take care of ourselves. Again, I'm picking up body issues for the person that we are reading for, but I understand. I do understand. I understand you, but whether this is helpful, there's so much more to you, and I think you know that. I don't think that's cutting it at the moment for the body issues, so just be gentle. Let's just go back to basics. Let's, you know, strip it back and see what we can do in terms of self-care, self-appreciation and self-love. Okay, when we haven't got the bravery to, that's not even bravery, I don't think, excuse me, No courage, yeah, when we haven't got the courage, to be able to do something holy, just work at it a little bit. So if you haven't got the confidence to be able to be in love with your body at the moment, just do little things to remind your body that you do care and that you do love it, okay? That's a hard, complex battle that a few cards is not going to be able to fix, but please take that where you will. And then lastly, okay, there needs to be some sort of relinquishing. There needs to be some sort of ability to lose everything, to be prepared to have everything. Whomever I'm speaking to has an ability to clutch, like, pardon the pun, but hold their cards close to their chest and clutch onto things. And very much, I feel this is someone who is afraid of loss. You're gonna lose it anyway. Sorry, I know that doesn't sound very hopeful, but that's the most hopeful thing you can know. You're gonna lose it anyway, so enjoy whatever it is, whether it be a person, an experience, a portion of your life. These things come, these things go. You need to accept that to be able to manifest good. Some good comes, some good goes. When we grip, the other good can't come because we're not making space. So just be careful of that. Ultimately, on a soul level, I think I'll just say it how I think it, with a beauty in your soul like yours, I don't see things going far wrong. It's your ability to be, for lack of better wording, sometimes a bit desperate with romantic relationships that sets you back. It doesn't set you back in regard of anyone else. It sets you back within yourself. I feel you're doing a disservice to yourself. So please take that as you will. And then on a lighter note, we're just going to go ahead and talk about possible love interests for you in the future, the behaviours and the personality traits they might hold. Okay? Okay, I'm going to use crystal cards, and these are like horoscope oracle cards. And we're going to find out the traits and personalities of your next love interest, or the next person that you're going to connect with on a deeper level. This is for, I just want to redirect focus, I think. I know the last message may have been quite heavy, so I want you to know there is faith and hope in love. Moving forward, it just went with that person. And I'll tell you the truth, I'll never tell you a lie. Okay? So let's start with traits of the person, and we're going to do horoscope. Okay. 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 Oh, okay. Right. If this is a gentleman, this gentleman will be very good with his hands. This is going to be a plumber, a carpenter, a builder, someone who can form things. I see the ability to work materials into something that is very useful and very good. If this is a man and you're interested in men, this man is clever, this man is cheeky, this man likes to drink pints. Okay? Okay, we'll stick with this person. Coupled with those behaviors, these seem to be behaviors that only come out when you're in a romantic relationship with this person. So if there's someone in mind to you, a fresh person that we haven't thought about during this reading, that is a little bit distant at the moment, but does have these characteristics, I think you can safely assume that it's them, to be honest with you. Okay, I see a person that's grounded and good, but can be a little bit of a playboy when he's not in a relationship, purely out of a deep level of insecurity. But that's okay, don't we all? All right then. And then with Pluto, I can see a natural chaos that you may be able to tame, and whomever I'm reading for here, I think would want to tame. I know that's not for everyone, and if that's not for you, then this part is not for you. But whomever I'm reading for wants to tame a wild person, and this is a wild person with a lot of love for them. And given you play your cards right, I think you will be able to tame this person. Playing your cards right links to what we spoke about earlier. No desperation, no throwing ourselves at anyone. Sit back, relax. This person's big and bad enough to come towards you when they want to. But ultimately, the grounded feelings are there. This person could be tall. This person could have ginger hair. This person could wear rings. And that's for both genders there. I know initially I started talking about a man, but energetically, for whom this love interest may be. So if it's a girl, I would imagine that they're good at crafting, they're good at doing something with their hands, they're good at, maybe they're a plumber, maybe they're a carpenter, okay? I can see someone being able to materialize with their hands, and they could have a self-employment business that helps them to make money out of this, okay? Is what I'm seeing with the next person. This person's initiative within making money is something that's going to rub off on you almost, I feel. I feel as though you're going to want to help this person if you were entering into something romantically. It's almost like, or they want to help you. I feel a wanting to help each other. You're interested in their thing and they are interested in your thing. The thing that you have that they might be interested in is the spiritual side of things. But still, how do we say this? Still likes attention. If it's a girl, she likes male attention. If it's a boy, they like female attention. This too shall pass is what I feel the need to say with that. Okay, and you cannot force this one. I think part of the issue with the person we began to talk about at the start of the reading is, again, you were trying to force it. We cannot force this person because they are, I always think, especially if you've thought about doing any sort of compelling, like witchcraft, charming, anything like that, and please take this with you. You do not know who people are protected by, so you really should not do any sort of binding love spells. And also it shows a distinct lack of care for self, really. Why would you need to bend things to make someone see who you are and appreciate who you are? So I feel that needs to be said for someone. Stop trying to force everything. Stop trying to force everything. It's not yours to force. That's not bad. It's not a bad thing. It's not inherently a bad trait. You're trying to make everything go the way you think it should go. This is a trait that obstructs you in love. I think you need to be careful of your ability to try and control things. And I think that could possibly scare off possible suitors, including this suitor. So be careful. Oh. Okay. We're moving more into traits that you need to energetically match up to manifesting your person and the person that you want. So I'm going to start with, in Neptune, I see the ability to let myself go. To let myself, not let myself go physically, but to let myself be. I feel hypercritical of myself in this, and if I'm hypercritical of myself, if I indulge in a romantic relationship, I'm going to criticize them. That's what's going to happen. We need to sort this out first. We need a strong basis and a strong foundation of how to take care of a person, beginning with your ability to take care of yourself, that will then manifest into a devoted relationship with someone. Because I can see the person that I'm reading for just wants a devoted relationship. It's not really anything further than that. That's why the force doesn't seem too malicious to me. They just want to love and take care of someone. But if you keep operating in love the way that you are now, with quite a trying to get everything in your favor, trying to get everything in your way, things are going to blow, isn't it? I feel like you'll always just be working towards a structure and it'll just blow up, because things ebb and flow. I think that's the right thing to say here. But allow things to flow. We can't obstruct. If we want a spiritual divine connection, we have to let it flow. And I've needed to hear this a few times. It can be hard as well if you already have talents and you know you have ability to bend these things. Do as you wish, but I would recommend against it. Okay, so that's sort of the traits of your person, your person's personality, and how you can take action right now to be able to match up to that person. and to match up to their connection, rather. Not match up as if you're less than, absolutely not. What I'm saying is, to be able to manifest this experience, you need to energetically align. To energetically align, I would work on being more free-flowing and open to reasonable change and reasonable adjustment that would benefit both parties. Okay. Oh, okay, I'm going to take her because she stuck out to me. Okay, yeah, embrace change. Embrace change, just as I said. Embrace change, please, okay? You're all right to be different. I feel you really need to know that. You're all right to be different. I think there's been times in the past where you've been quite heavily told that it's not okay to be different. You're okay to be different, and that's why it's okay to change. Whatever structure we're sticking to here is not working. It's okay to change. I love these cards. They're so beautiful, isn't it? On the back. Right, she's sticking out to me, so I'm going to take her. Oh, Red Jasper, take action. Yeah. Okay. You can whinge and moan and cry about how lonely you are all you want, okay? But if you don't do nothing to change yourself, same shit, it's going to be the same day after same day. If you're repeating the same patterns of self-hatred, of criticism and things of that nature without changing anything to make yourself feel better about yourself, it's going to be a long and treacherous road. So please have the courage. Red Jasper always gives me courage. In fact, I think this is carnelian rather, but Red Jasper is a good one to wear if you want to physically wear it to give you courage. You need courage. This all links back to your self-esteem. I think the lack of courage is because of a lack of sense of self and a lack of confidence in the sense of self that you do recognize. Build on it, be better, and you will have more confidence then to be more, spontaneous. And being spontaneous will cause you to in turn naturally make good decisions that change you as a person. Changing yourself as a person means that you'll align better with the things that you're doing. Whoever I'm speaking to is stubborn. Is really stubborn. You could be a Taurus. Because, oh, I love Taurus and they're fantastic, but goodness me, they're stubborn. So stubborn. Okay. Get laser focused. Yeah. As we talked about earlier, you are well within your rights to step away from this original connection that we talked about and explore options, and also think about what this possible suitor could be. That's absolutely fine, providing you are able to do the work for it. Otherwise, it's just going to be a cesspit of thinking like you're stuck in now, okay? If we don't act, I'm acting. I know it's hard sometimes because you'll be told act and you don't know what to act on. The only bit of explicit guidance I can give you that should hopefully point you in the right direction is it's on yourself. You don't have to try and do something that's outside of yourself. You just need to be committed to changing in ways that are beneficial to you. All right? Okay. And then we're going to finish off with channeled songs now. Obviously, I'll just tell you what the song is and then I'll see what I get out of that. Okay? These are just all songs that I have connected to spiritually, personally. And we're going to see what we've got for you. Oh, okay. We'll take them all, darling. Right. Okay. Right. We're feeling sorry for ourselves. That's where we're going to start. We are in a deep stage of transformation that we haven't yet catalyzed, which is making life significantly harder for you. Okay. Excuse me. I feel as though get out of your head and get into life. That's why you feel so sad. You need to get out of your head and you need to get into life. So I see wanting to be nourished and spoiled in a relationship. At this present time, with the way that you behave, you wouldn't let him anyway. Okay? I see needing bliss. I see needing to elevate. This is something that is absolutely on the cards for you. You will be able to do this. This links into this with me. I love this song. I feel as though you want to be taken care of. I feel deeply that you want to be taken care of, but I don't even think you know what you want at the moment, which is why discovery is such a fundamental part of things getting better for you. Someone may feel close to their maternal grandmother in spirit. Someone's maternal grandmother in spirit could have been the same type of lover that they are presently, so quite scattered with their feelings. But if this is a maternal grandmother for you in spirit, you got it just like she has. I think she worked it out in the end, and you will too. Some stuff just happens, and that's what I've got with The Way Life Goes by Lil Uzi Vert. Some stuff is just going to happen, okay? And you just got to go with it. Oh well, I know it's not nice, and I know you don't like it. Oh well, it's gonna happen regardless of whether you like it or not. And I also find in these types of situations where you just have to let life go the way it goes, nothing you do, and especially feeling poorly about the situation, will stop it. In fact, you'll exacerbate it yourself by stressing about it. So just please, we can't control what happens, we can control how we react to it. This is what made me say we're feeling sorry for ourselves. I always listen to this when I feel sorry for myself. I just feel very, why is nothing working for me? So I'm going to make things work for me, and that's what you need to do too. Okay, I'm going to take this one last and I'll explain to you why. But yeah, this sort of linked into me. This was, he talks about his grandmother here, which is why I had the allusion to your maternal grandmother specifically. That's for a lot of you, actually. Maternal grandmother in spirit, that's for a lot of you. I don't like to try and tap into relatives unless I'm speaking to someone directly, so I don't have any defining factors, but yeah, definitely maternal. Right. Oh, okay. If you do have a maternal grandmother in spirit, you may have specifically been feeling grief or loneliness or longing for her lately. That's how I feel with this one. But there's also a link here to the original romantic person that we spoke about initially. So the first person I spoke about that I told you were no good, essentially. You need to move on. It is in your best interest to move on now, okay? I imagine some of you may be feeling solemn after this reading, but you must move on, all right? If you want things to change, you must make them change. And I like that change is brought up here because that's something that we have discussed to get together today, okay? So this one to me always alludes with manifesting. You need to picture what you want. You're not picturing what you want at the moment. You just complain about what you don't have, okay? That's not going to do anything. We know what you don't like. we need to know what you do like. And then lastly, I kept this last for a reason. I want whoever this is who's deeply resonated with this reading and the messages that I've sent, who is longing for romantic interest and needs to feel some sort of safety within that, it needs to feel some sort of security that that's coming. Listen to this song. How this song will make you feel in your heart is exactly how this romantic relationship will make you feel. And that'll be subjective to whomever this message is for, whomever listens to this. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to me today. As I said, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Yeah, take care. God bless.